Chuck Karstensen, Course in Miracles number 109, and following up with my last two, which were about projection and forgiveness to destroy, and that's why I call this the solutions. Now at the end or towards the end of the last video, I talked about instead of forgiving to destroy, which again, you'd have to see that video to get what I'm saying. I talked about seeing people as God sees them. And the Course in Miracles is very in-depth, but it's almost repetitive in a different way. Like it covers a topic in a different way to hope to get you to get it. I kind of feel like when I'm coaching basketball and the kids don't listen to me, that then I tell them the same thing a different way, and then maybe they'll listen. And then I tell them again a different way, and maybe they'll get it. And then I tell them again after they forget a different way and hope they get it. And it's like, this seems to be sort of like that, where we get told many ways of how to love others and to forgive others. And then we get told again. And that's how patient God is. But what's the solution so that we don't just destroy ourselves and other people? And so we do forgive and love other people. The solution, is seeing people the way God sees them and is thinking like God thinks. And we have to take the time to do that. And it's probably really that simple, other than taking the time to do it, which seems to be hard for myself. I get distracted, or for other people. Like you're probably not like, well, that seems hard. I can't see these people the way God sees them. I don't like them, or they drive me nuts, or why can't life be easier? So I'm pissed at people, or whatever people do. That's not seeing the way God sees things, and that's not thinking the way God thinks. And I literally, like today on my day, on my real estate side of things, all kind of weird things were happening. It's like I've never had this before. How many times? I haven't had many days in my real estate life where like three things I've never had before came up. And in the past, I'd be like depressed, negative, anxious. So the helpful part of A Course in Miracles is like, what would God think about that? That's not real. That's an illusion. That's not happening. That's not even a real thing. And no, that's literally what I think. I start trying to think through it, and then I just move beyond it, thinking like God thinks. I don't know how to think like God thinks. I'll admit that part, but I'm trying to practice not thinking like the world thinks and learn how to think like God thinks. And really, that's the solution to all our anxieties, all our worries, all our cares. And we'd have to see other people like God sees them, not how we normally see them. Like that person is annoying, or that person's it could be also that person's more wonderful than somebody else. It could be not looking at a person negatively. It could be like making them look more special to you than somebody else. So tough to fathom how the world works, but that is the solution. Like I could just be done doing videos probably if I actually could do this well on my own, because the idea of doing the videos is to share, help people kind of move along my journey and hopefully improve and get better and have more up days, more progress than down days, or negative days or step backwards days. So those are two of the solutions: seeing people as God would see them, and you'd have to learn how God sees people. And I've left some tips on these videos, and also thinking like God thinks. And that seems right now, that just seems like, why? I know how God wouldn't think, so I can try not to do that. But how does he actually think is probably way, way beyond my imagination. But that's what I'm working on. And that's the solution. And that's the solution for you in your life too. So it's always a good thing, when people go to church or go to their small group or do their spiritual studies. I really do think by trying to teach it, you can make more progress. That's, again, one of the reasons I do these, because like if I just did this on my own and forgot what I was working on and didn't share anything in the world, I'd probably have more stumbles and less progress. Still stumbles, probably is an amazing progress, but better than I was. And my hope for you is that you move beyond what's holding you a little bit stuck, a little bit down, a little bit depressed, a little bit hurt, a little bit angry, and get to a spot of love, peace, joy, forgiveness, seeing people just like God sees all of us.